For today's video, I'm going to take these thrifted items, none of them were over $2, and I'm going to use the DIY cottage colors to give them a makeover. Follow along as I show you how to take thrifted items and turn them into things that you can sell or decorate within your home. For the paint and products you see used here today, be sure to visit JamiRayVintage.com. First things first, I'm going to do 3 of these mirrors and this wall pocket, all the same color, and I'm going to show you how I mix up one of my favorite blue greens. This cottage color has a built-in sealer. Be sure to always stir it up first. See this one, it's not really that bright. Once you stir it in, it mixes the built-in top coat as well as all the pigments. I love this paint because I don't have to add a sealer to it. It's self-leveling and it goes on really well. So 50-50 Vintage Mint and Haint Blue. I'm gonna mix that up and we'll be ready to go. It's just a really soft blue-green color. Did you see that? Can you see it now? It's good. So these first projects are all gonna get 1 color of my mixture of Haint Blue mixed with Vintage Mint. It'll probably take about 2 coats for complete coverage, but we'll see. While those are drying, I'm gonna get my French flower buckets painted. These aren't obviously from France, but it's a French style, and with spring just around the corner, I know Christmas hasn't even come, but with spring coming, I'm gonna need lots of flower buckets in the shop. So I'm just gonna give this a quick coat of gray skies. Lastly, we're gonna get this painted up. It's got like kind of a copper patina going, but it's not shiny enough for me. I'm gonna use DIY's Pennies from Heaven and see if I can get more of a patina that I like. The nice thing about DIY paint is that it's all natural. So I'm totally safe doing this in my kitchen. It's not gonna be super smelly. It's water soluble. So it's gonna wash right off my brushes. It'll take a couple of coats and this will be a lot more of a shiny copper. Next up, I'm going to use 2 parts of the brocante transfer on the front of my French flower buckets and then just a little distress, and these will be good to go. Make sure once you put it on that you make sure it's adhered well. So this has like a little ridge, so it'll get a fun little crack where the ridge is. Then we'll lightly distress, and they do have to be sealed, but I think I'm just going to use clear wax. What do you think? Those are pretty cute. So I'm just using 220 sandpaper, lightly going over to give it an aged look, and then I'm gonna sand the paint a little bit. While the sandpaper's out, I'm gonna go ahead and give my finial a distress, and then I'll be ready for the white wax. Next up, I'm gonna be working back on these mirrors. They took a little bit longer to dry because all the paint was like down in the crevices. So I'm actually just gonna pull up any remaining wet paint to kind of give it a distressed look. Then I'm gonna use 220. It's just a little bit distressed. You can kind of see it there, and then I'm gonna be ready for my next step. The last step, DIY's Cottage Colors. I'm gonna come hit these details with the white and make them pop. It's a lot easier to hit the details if you've got a little brush. See, you can just kind of go on top. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to come back and distress once it's dry. This is just gonna get a distress, this little wall pocket here. All this fun detail is gonna come popping back. I want to add a little bit of oxidation to these French flower tins and this finial. So I'm just going to add white wax to it and then wipe it back. Because they do have a sealer built into both of these finishes, it's not going to be overly overpowering, but it'll just add a little bit of oxidation. So once you get the white wax on, you're just going to pull it back and buff it. And then the shine will come through and the oxidation will stay behind down in all the cracks. I'm going to do that to this whole piece and to those. I like using a JRV stencil brush because I can put the white wax where I want it without wasting too much of it. On these French flower buckets, I'm just going to do the cracks and the detail, and I'm not white waxing the whole thing. The nice thing is that you are supposed to seal the transfers, so when you use white wax on the transfers, it will cure over time and seal them up just fine. Because the cottage color has a built-in sealer in the paint, there's no need to put a sealer underneath it. Also saves you a step. A lot of businesses and boutiques choose to buy wholesale, and we do that too. But Zeb and I have found a lot of value in finding items thrifted and recreating them. There is more profit to be had, there's more environment to be saved, and a unique look that keeps people coming back over and over again. I will never get over being amazed at how much a little paint, some wax, some IOD or stencils can transform old discarded pieces and turn them into home decor that people love. If you guys want to support our channel or buy the products to do your own thrift flips, visit JamiRayVintage.com. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Jami Ray Vintage for more
DIY.